Hello everyone. In the last video we were discussing about the digestive glands and their functions. In this video we are going to discuss about the process of digestion, how the digestion takes place in our body. So firstly we are going to discuss the digestion in mouth. In the mouth, the starch is converting in the form of sugars with the help of a salivary amylase. Now the food, when it is entering to our mouth, it is mixing with the saliva at that moment, and that saliva is responsible to give the moisture to the food, and by that way the food become moistened as well as softened, and afterward it is entering to the food pipe. So the function of the digestion in the mouth only the starch is mixing with the food, and it is converting it in the form of sugars by the help of a salivary amylase, the saliva that is mixing with the food. Next one is the digestion in the stomach. Now which kind of digestion takes place in the stomach? Stomach is responsible to convert that bolus part, that softened part of the food in the form of chyme. Chyme is the means a soluble part, but you can say that a pulpy content of the food. That's chyme is how the food is converted in the form of chyme by the help of several kind of enzymes. When the enzymes are mixing with the food, that are giving it in the form of chyme. Now in the stomach part, the protein with the help of pepsin, it is converting in the form of peptides only. So that is the main function of the stomach part. Third one is the digestion in the small intestine. In the small intestine, there are several kind of enzymes are secreting: pancreatic juice, digestive juices, as well as the gastric juices, and bile secretions too. Firstly, we will discuss about the pancreas. The pancreas are secreting the proteins. Proteins are converting the trypsin is converting the proteins in the form of peptides there. Next one, starch and sugar. The amylase is responsible to convert these starch and sugars in the form of simple sugar or in the form of glucose. Third one is there, the fats that are present in the food. The pancreas are also secreting the lipase. Lipase is a kind of enzyme that are converting the fats into the form of glycerol as well as the fatty acids. Next we are going to discuss about the bile juice. Bile juice is secreting from the liver, and it is giving color to the food, and it is extremely important for the digestion process. How it is responsible? Because it is helpful in the breakdown of the fats in the food. So by that way the bile juice is secreting, and it is helpful for the breakdown of the fats. So it is highly important for the digestion process. Next one is the intestinal juice, that is containing number of enzymes, and that are responsible to digest the carbohydrate, proteins, and the fats that are present in the food. So by that way the process or the digestion takes place in the small intestine. Small intestine, the three type of enzymes are secreting. First is the pancreatic juice. Second one, pancreas is secreting three type of juices in that. First, trypsin, amylase, and the lipase. Second one, bile juice, and the third one is the intestinal juice, that is responsible to digest the carbohydrate, fat, and the other proteins. So by that way the digestion takes place in our stomach part. Next one is their end products, the remaining products that remained afterward, how the digestion of that products takes place. First is the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, I'll show you how the digestion of carbohydrate takes place. Carbohydrates that are present in the form of starch. So starch converts in the form of simple sugar. Simple sugar means glucose with the help of amylase. So amylase is responsible to convert the starch that is present in our food in the form of simple sugar. Next one is the proteins. Proteins with the help of pepsin or trypsin. Pepsin or trypsin, it is converting in the form of amino acids. Amino acids. Amino acids are also responsible. If the amount of amino acids are more in our body, sometimes it is showing the reversible process also, means amino acids are converting in the form of a protein also when our body needed that. Next is fats. Fats are converting in the form of fatty acids as well as glycerol plus glycerol. And I already told you that who is responsible to digest the fats? The lipase enzyme is responsible to, here will be, lipase is responsible to convert or digest the fat in the form of fatty acids plus glycerols. So by that way the digestion of the food takes place in the body. So this was the process of the digestion. By that way the different products, different food contents that are present in our body are converting into the form of soluble contents that will be helpful for our metabolic activities in our body. Next we are going to discuss about the absorption and assimilation process. Now absorption, as the word is telling the meaning of this process. Absorption means whenever we are having the food, that food is mixing with the saliva. Okay, with the by mixing with the saliva, it is going for the further digestion process. After digestion process, that food is going to the whole parts of the body with the help of blood. Okay, I told you that in the small intestine the villi are present. Villi are responsible to increase the surface area for the absorption of the food, as well as these villi are connected with the blood capillaries. These capillaries, the food that is absorbed by the villi, that food content is mixed with the blood with the help of that capillaries or that arteries that are attached with the villi, and by that way that food, digested food, is going to the whole parts of the body, and the other parts of our body is getting energy from that food, and by that way the metabolic activities takes place in our body. So that is the absorption process. The food content from the villi is mixing with the blood, and from that it is going to the whole parts of the body. That is the absorption process. Next one is the assimilation process. Now assimilation means utilization of the food in the cells. Okay, when our cells are utilizing that food content is known as the assimilation process. Firstly, the from the villi the blood has taken that food and has gone to the other parts of the body. Now how that cells of our body is using that food that is coming with the blood, that process is known as the assimilation process. So these are the spontaneous processes are working side by side. One is taking the food from the villi and blood is giving that food to the other parts of the body, and cells are using that food for the other metabolic activities, that is known as assimilation process. So this is all about the absorption as well as assimilation. Now we are going to discuss about the disorders of the digestive system. There are the several kind of disorders or digestive system. Different kind of disorders are there. Firstly, if we talk about, you know that vomiting is a very common disorder or very common disease, you can see. Now how the vomiting takes place, you know, the food that when it is entered to our stomach part with the help of a food pipe, here also the flaps are there. And what is the function of these flaps? These flaps are guarding or preventing the back flow or the back entry of the food from the stomach to the food pipe. Here are the muscles are present that are doing this work. Whenever you are overeating, okay, as well as in your stomach there is no space, then what is happening automatically, because your stomach part is not able to get that food, accumulate that food, in that sense, in that way, what is happening, that sphincter muscles are automatically opening, and that food from the your stomach part is entering to their food pipe, and by that way the vomiting occur, means that guard is opening, that flap is opening, and the food is undigested food or unwanted food is coming out from your body. That is a vomiting process. Second one is diarrhea. Now what do you mean by diarrhea? Diarrhea refer to the loose, watery and frequent stools. Whenever you are having nowadays the students like junk food, more junk food. You know that our body needs more enzymes to digest that food, okay, junk food. If we talk about the flour, the normal flour, that is digested in our body, but it takes the lot of enzymes for that digestion. The roti and the other things that you are having, our body needs more work, more enzymes to digest that. Sometimes that unwanted particles you are having with your food, and that unwanted particles are creating disturbance in your stomach part, and by that way you are getting, you are getting the diarrhea, as well as the loose stools are there, and the water content is also coming out. In that sense, there will be lack of water in the person's body, as well as the person's body become weak. So that is the diarrhea process. Next one is indigestion. Indigestion means whenever your body is not, the food that content that you are having, that is not properly digested in your body, that is known as the indigestion. Indigestion. How this indigestion takes place? Whenever you are having the nausea, you are feeling the nausea, as well as sometimes in your body the acidity you got, okay, the content, the acid secretions in your body is much, okay. In that sense, what is happening, the food is not able to properly digest in the body, and if that food is not properly digest in your body, it is also creating some kind of problem. You are feeling dizziness, nausea problem is there, sometimes vomiting also coming, as well as you are feeling sick, the body become weak, in the form of indigestion. Indigestion also takes place due to the unwanted, when you are having the unwanted particles, as well as the heavy things, heavy stuffs when you are having. In that sense also indigestion takes place. Sometimes the person's liver is not able to have that heavy stuffed food, means you are consuming more food or heavy stuffed food. In that sense also indigestion takes place in the body. So this is all about the disorders of the digestive system. First is vomiting, second one diarrhea, and the third one is indigestion in the body. Next we are going to discuss about some healthy food habits. Now how you are able to improve your diet habits, how you are able to improve. Now here are the few healthy habits. First, chew your food slowly as well as properly. Whenever you are engulfing the food, before engulfing the food, chew it properly, okay. Next one, be regular with your meal things. Meal things means there will be proper timing as well as a proper diet plans should be there, so that the food you are having will be able to give the proper energy to your body. Next, don't have a dinner very late in the evening. If you are having the late dinner, then automatically your body is not able to digest that food properly. Why so? Because just after food you will go to the bed, and in that sense your food will not be properly go to the stomach part, and the digestion will not takes place properly. Next one, eat healthy and freshly cooked food. Don't no doubt the raw materials are good for the digestion, means it is giving the acting as a brush for our stomach part for the digestion. But the raw things that you are having from the outside in the form of junk food, that are not good for your body. So don't eat the unhealthy things that will create the problem for your body. So eat the properly cooked food materials, food stuffs that are good for your body. Next, always wash your hands before and after eating, okay, that is a good habit. Next one, eat a balanced diet. Food should have all the components, means carbohydrates and the other components should be in the appropriate amount in your food. If that will be lesser in your food, that is also creating a problem in your body, means deficiencies also there, and some kind of malnutrition and other diseases you are getting. So these contents, your diet should be proper. Every component in your food should be proper, so that your body will be healthy. Next one, have a small meals every 3 to 4 hours instead of large portion of the food of the one time. Instead of having large portion, try to have the small portions into 3 to 4 times, so that your stomach will get the time to digest the previous food. Next, avoid eating the meals and snacks while watching the TV. Why so? Because while watching the TV, your concentration is through that side, and sometimes maybe you are not having your food properly, you are not chewing your food properly while having while watching the TV. So avoid that thing. Next one, always keep cut fruits and vegetables covered. Why so? Because there is the chances of several kind of bacteria to react with them. So that's why to avoid keep them uncovered. Next one, types of teeth. There are 4 type of teeth in the human body. In an adult's body, there are 32 permanent teeth. Firstly, you know that the children are getting the milk teeth, and after milk teeth they are getting the permanent teeth. That permanent teeth are 32 in number, and total there are 4 type of teeth. First is known as the incisors. Types of teeth. Teeth are responsible to cut the food as well as tear the food, and afterward the chewing process takes place, and that food is totally converting in the form of bolus and going for the digestion process. First is the incisors. Second one, canines. Third, molars and premolars. Now, incisors. Incisors are first 4 teeth of our jaw. Okay, so incisors are 4 in number in each jaw. Means total these are 8 in number. 4 in upper jaw, 4 in lower jaw. So these are 8 in number. Next one is the canines. Canines are present just after the incisors. These are present 2 in each jaw. Means a total 4 in number. The number that I am telling you here, that is for a single jaw. Okay, so in a single jaw 4 incisors are present, first 4 teeth. Okay, afterward 4 teeth, one teeth is there, that is known as canine. Means each jaw 2 canines are present. If we talk about the molars, molars are firstly premolars are there, and afterward molars. Premolars and molars. After canines, the premolars are there, that are 4 in number, 2 on each side of the jaw. Means total 8 in number in the jaw, in both the jaw. Next one, molars are 6, 3 on each side of each jaw. 6 upper, 6 lower, 12 in number. So by that way, the 32 teeth are present in a mouth. What is the function? Incisors are responsible for the cutting and biting of the food. So incisors work is cutting and biting. And this is a good, as you know that when we were child, we are using these incisors to bite to the other ones also. Whenever someone is annoying us and we are not liking that person, we are using these incisors to bite that person also. This is not, we are not using it now, but when we were kid, we were doing that. This is a common process. Next one, canines. Canines are responsible for the parsing as well as tearing of the food and parsing. Next, premolars are responsible for chewing and grinding of the food. Chewing and grinding. And the last one, what is the function of the molars? Molars are responsible for chewing, crushing and grinding of the food. So this is their function. Incisors we are using for cutting and biting, canines for tearing and the parsing of the food, premolars for the chewing and the grinding, and molars chewing, crushing and the grinding. So we are using it for these works. So this is the work of the teeth. There are the 4 type of teeth, and by that way we are using it. As I told you, the number of teeth that I have written here, that is for single jaw, and that we are that will be doubled in the jaw. Incisors 8, canine 4, premolars 8, and molars 12 in number in the mouth. So by that way, the teeth will be 32. Next we are going to discuss the role of the tongue. What is the role of a tongue is playing in the digestion as well as in our mouth. Role of tongue. Tongue. Now what do you mean by tongue? Tongue is a muscular organ of our body that is attached with the back of the mouth. Muscular organ of the mouth that is attached with the back of the mouth. Now what is the function of the tongue? Tongue is very flexible, and tongue is having containing the saliva. These salivas are responsible to give the moisture to the food and as well as is responsible to soften the food. Next, it is helpful to talk as well as to create different words. If your tongue, just do one thing, try to hold your tongue for a second and afterward try to speak. You came to know that you will not be able to speak a single word properly. Why it happens so? Because your tongue is giving the flexibility, and by that way the sounds are coming out from your mouth. Sound here, the voice box is there, and the way the tongue is moving, by that way the sounds are coming from our mouth. Okay, so this is the function of the tongue. Next, it is a sensory organ, give us taste of the food too. The taste buds are present around our tongue. Okay, it is telling us the taste, proper taste of the food, whether it is sour, it is salty, it is sweetish. How we are getting? Because the here in the tongue, the different taste buds are there. Okay, on the east side of our tongue, and that are giving the different kind of taste to our tongue. I show you. Here is the diagram. First, the tip of the tongue is responsible to tell us about the sweet taste. Okay, next one, the middle part of the tongue is responsible to tell us the saltish taste. Next, here the last one is responsible to tell us the sour taste, and the means next one, last one, we are getting the bitter taste. You know that whenever you are having something, the bitter taste you are getting on the last. Why is so? Because the taste buds that are present on your tongue, that are giving the taste accordingly. So this is a function of the tongue. Tongue is responsible to give the softness or the moisture to the food, as well as is responsible for the speaking, for our speaking process, and it is responsible to tell us the proper taste of the food, whether it is sweetish, whether it is saltish, bitter, sour, which kind of food is there, we are getting after by the help of a tongue only. So this is all about my chapter, the digestive system. We had discussed about the digestive glands, their functions, as well as the disorders of the digestive glands, as well as we have discussed about the teeth and the tongue too. So hope you understood. Thank you very much.